Here we got lettuce growing right indoor in containers using soil, not no hydroponics water. We're growing indoor. Forget about winter or forget about hot summer out there. Welcome back to Green Tea Garden. Today we're harvesting lettuce right indoor. Within 3 to 5 weeks from seed, I'm ready to harvest fresh lettuce indoor. So if you got winter weather outside or even summer weather outside and you want fresh lettuce, you could grow right indoor. I'm using a regular standard grow lights and I'm leaving the lights on between 6 to 8 hours. If you go more long, it will be too hot and it could bolt the lettuce plant. And bolting a lettuce plant is basically the end cycle because once you pass over 70 degrees plus, the plant would automatically bolt. So that's why summertime is not good to grow in most type of lettuce. I'm using a 3-gallon container today. You could use a wider container, doesn't matter about the deep because the lettuce root will just run long way and then not big giant roots. Normally you want to space the lettuce out between 6 to 8 inches apart, but if you plant them this close, you got to make sure you're harvesting on time because then you're running out of space. And I'm going to show you how I harvest so we keep getting lettuce non-stop. This is a 3-gallon containers. As I said, you guys could choose wider container. With the grow lights indoor, I'm watering every 3 to 4 days lightly, and fertilizer you could fertilize twice a month. Lightly fertilize just to keep the soil healthy because the soil, remember, this is the only space you have here, 3 gallon of soil. There's not much soil and you want our plants to be healthy. Harvesting lettuce, you want to harvest between 3 to 6 inches. If the leaves are getting more big, you loosen the taste and the plant is wasting more time and energy. And how to harvest, I do not recommend to pull it out or cut it out. Lettuce will continue growing because look, we have the outside bigger leaves and then look, we have smaller leaves in here. And if you open this up, look, we have a whole bunch of tiny small leaves in there. So what you have to do is you could use a scissors or prune or anything, or you could just pinch it off, which it is. So what I do, I get all the outside leaves. And by we harvest here, we're getting a better, more airflow, and then we're getting fresh lettuce to eat, and our plant will use more energy to keep growing. Look at this. And the good thing, you want to harvest, make sure your lettuce is not touching the soil, less chance of disease and stuff like that. So if you notice a leaf is not good, don't throw it out. Put it in your compost pile, so this way you could recompost back. So we're gonna get at least 3/4 of the plants. I'm gonna show you guys. We're gonna leave some of the leaves because we want to get more energy and more growing production. Normally it will take another like 4 to 5 days before this will continue growing, so I will harvest that. And look, from this one plant we do have a bunch of leaves, and that's what I'm gonna leave right there. So that's gonna I'm within 4 to 5 days when I come back, these leaves or outer leaves are ready to harvest. I'm gonna continue doing that. Some people are gonna be like, I know this is a long way to harvest lettuce, and they'll just end up pruning out the whole plant. But this way is the fastest way. If you like fresh lettuce, every 4 to 5 days, you're gonna guarantee to get a harvest. So take your time and you get more beneficial reward within a few days. That's how we are looking so far from a couple plants. We got about 12 to 14 plants and nice container filled with lettuce. Always give it a good wash. There is a big difference between indoor lettuce versus outdoor lettuce. As I said, indoor is much more lighter, fluffy, softer texture than outdoor, because outdoor you have to battle the heavy wind, you're battling the hot sun and everything else with the attack from the bugs and stuff. So the leaves kind of get more sturdy, more strong, more crispy. But the inside, you're not dealing with no kind of bugs, you're not dealing no heavy wind, no sun or anything like that. So within a couple hours, you're gonna realize these lettuce is gonna be looking a little droopy. So if you wonder if anything wrong with it, nothing is wrong with it. It's still healthy, it's still edible, and you could eat them fresh. Just make sure you wash them. So this is a good way to keep yourself busy during the winter time, or even if you don't have any backyard or front yard or anything like that, and you love gardening or you want to eat some fresh lettuce. And with the grow light, you could grow many vegetables growing indoor with a grow lights. Once you have the space, you could grow tomatoes, peppers, and all leafy greens of vegetables right indoors. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we're in close to springtime here, coming up here in Long Island, New York, and we do have a bunch of seedlings growing inside the greenhouse. We're waiting with the temperature. The temperature's one day is nice, 2-3 days is like cold, nice cold, nice cold. So hopefully the weather could get themselves together and give us some nice temperature so we could start planting outdoor. But next video coming up, we're going to take a look inside a greenhouse and see how the growing process coming up with the seedlings. and I'm gonna give you guys some of my step and some kind of fertilizer that you could use in springtime if you don't have your hands on compost. These are some of the fertilizer I'm going to show you guys what we need, at least 3 of them to get a good growing production for the springtime, summer, and getting into the fall time. All right, thank you so much for watching Green Tea Garden. Any question, comment below. Start growing some lettuce and some greens right in the